All right, thank you so much. Olubusola Abidakun, MCIPM, HRPL, PSLC, CPC, MCDI, SAGM. Olubusola is currently the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Establishment and Training, Lagos State, where she administers core HR management across the workforce in a multi-cadre ministry. She's a versatile human resource professional whose experience cuts across the advertising, manufacturing, banking, and the public sector. Her experience spans the human resource management value chain and the public sector practice of bespoke human resource model of administration. She's a well sought after licensed facilitator on HR roles and practice in the public sector. She's a strategic advocate of growth mindset, SAGM, in the Lagos State Public Service, highly proactive, a team player, certified coach, shattered mentor, result-oriented, and a visionary leader. She has contributed immensely to the Chartered Institute of Personnel Management of Nigeria, CIPM, in various capacities at chapter, branch, and national levels, such as Parnell Treasurer, Alausa Chapter, Assistant General Secretary, CIPM, Lagos State, Member, CIPM, Lagos State, Branch, 17th and 18th Conference Planning, Member, CIPM Examiner, Member, 51st National Conference Planning Committee, Guest Speaker, 37th Induction of CIPM, Ogun State Public Servant, Team Winner for Lagos State CIPM Optimization Award, Team Winner for Lagos State CIPM Optimization Award 2017 and 2019. She was the chairman and council, she is the chairman and council member, CIPM Institutional Development Committee, 2020 to date, and CIPM chairman, Alausa Chapter, March 2022 to date. Olubusola Abidakun will be serving on this particular, chapter between 2029 to date. That's about 5 years non-stop, continuous service. Olubusola co-chairperson the co-webinar series in 2019 to 2020 as a director at the Teaching Service Commission and assisted in the mindset shift of instructors. At the Ministry of Health, as the then Director of Admin and Human Resources, she was a game changer of structures and processes, coached officers to achieve optimal performance, and hosted the Moment with Coach BA sessions over the Telegram. She has many mentees in and outside the public sector. Olubusola is extremely passionate about coaching and mentoring young adults, love growing and developing people to have can-do and will-do spirit. Her thirst for smart work intoxicates and is addictive as expressed in her favorite slogan, "Gonna-bees don't get the honey. Wanna-bees get the honey. Gonna-bees don't get the honey. Wanna-bee gets the honey." She is a pastor and a youth matron of many years in RCCG. She's married with a godly children and grandchildren to a very handsome man. Let me add that if I may. Please join me to cheerfully and joyfully welcome my guest speaker, the woman of inestimable value, the supporter of young men, mommy boys. Let me say. It's actually someone that so much admire and adore you. Thank you so much, Coach Olubusola Abidakun, for all that you represent and all that you do. It's a pleasure to have you on the platform this evening.
Thank you so much, Tope. Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Tope. Yes, so yeah, boys, that's what they call me. And the younger ladies say, no, that's yeah, girls. So I say, I'm a boys and girls.
Yeah, interesting.
Thank you, Tope. It's good to be here this evening. I'm still in the office because I was being careful if I should attempt going home I might be stuck in traffic and miss the timing. All right, thank you so much.
Hey, so you want to share with us your story? A lot of people, young people, it's always a pleasure for me to bring you on board. I remember about 2 years ago, I mean 2021 or 2022, if I'm not mistaken, we had you on the platform around the
Yeah.
same time, January, and it was a mind-blowing event, completely mind-blowing, and there were a lot of testimonies, like you said, mind shift experiences that took place, and I'm hoping for that same experience, even much more this evening. So over to you, uh, madam.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much again. Yeah, I'm trying to make myself appear bigger, but I think
Okay.
it's okay. You can see
Yeah.
me.
I'll just pin you, and that is done.
Okay. All right. So, good evening, everyone, and it is nice to be here with every one of you. My name is Olubusola Abidakun, and I started my career in the year 1989. I finished from the university in 1988 at the compulsory NYC, and then started my career in 1989 in the world of advertising. While in the world of advertising, I was a copywriter. Actually, I wanted to be a newscaster right from beginning. I wanted to be a newscaster. But then, all those aunties were able to confuse my father that, no, prof, don't let her become a newscaster. She'll have too many boyfriends here and there. She'll never get married. People will be all over her. And one way or the other, my father said, oh, well, I think you should do something different. And so I went straight into advertising. And I worked with Insight Communications. And that was at Eric Moore. From Insight Communications, I joined MC Ane Sachi and Sachi. Big deal, big names in the late 80s. I was a copywriter, and who is a copywriter? I created copies, headlines that would sell, headlines that would attract, headlines that would sell and increase patronage on billboards. I was in advertising for a while, and being the kind of person I am, I do get bored easily. I love challenges. I love challenges. I get bored the moment I don't have new mountains to break or climb. And so after a couple of years, I left and joined manufacturing, precisely Muri International. Remember, I said I wanted to become a newscaster, and that was when MITV, they were coming on board. So I was invited, I did the interview, I cleared it, and I joined them. 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, I had to go and meet the MD. Allergy, what's happening? When are we kicking off? When is MITV kicking off and all that? Then I didn't understand the meaning of a teleprompter, but then we were told then that the teleprompter was stuck in the seas. And he said, okay, I like you. I love your work ethics. I was a young girl, but then he now made me his PRO. And so I became his PRO. I liked going out, meeting people and all that. And it was really, really interesting. But then, like I said, I got tired of that. I really, really got tired and I wanted something different. But what can I actually say? I will tell you that the journey has been very transformative in every sector, in every step. It was the breaking of barriers and it's very, very transformative. And so someday I just told Alaji, I don't think I want to work again. I'm tired. It's the same thing, the same visitors going out and coming back, traveling out of the country. It was the same thing. And so I left and I went into banking. And how did I join banking? It was my free day, and a friend of mine came over. She spent the night with me. I was already married. She spent the night with me, that she had an interview at Eco International Bank, now Polaris Bank, that she was going for an interview. Come now, Busola, can we go together? I said, fine, let's go. I wasn't doing anything. I was nursing then. I was nursing. So we went over to LSDPC building, and the personnel managers, they were called then, said, you're here with another person. Would you like to have a test, an exam? I said, for what? Said for the banking, that they needed trainees. I said, okay, but that I was not prepared. In any case, I was even in jeans and a very short top. The guy said there was no problem. I said, I just came with my friend. And that was how I did the exam. Oh, unfortunately, my friend did not make it, and I made it. That was a bad one, and that I had to plead. I said, I'm not interested. I don't want banking. I love the free, you in jeans, your face cap, do what creative things. I love meeting people. I love making impact. Being happy that you're growing people. I said, banking, no. You now start wearing suits and shoes instead of canvases or Skechers or trekkers. But then that was 1990, and that was I went into the bank. And of course, the moment I joined banking, I said I didn't want core banking, and I was posted. They looked at my profile, and I was posted to the corporate affairs department. Corporate affairs department was fantastic. My MD then was Mr. Tunde Fashino. I worked with fantastic people like Mr. Gerdon, Mr. G, Mr. General, and Mr. George Wilshire, superb beings who really, really formed me. They formed me and made me into what I am today, meeting people, being courteous, speaking well, and all that. And in corporate affairs department, we were in charge of setting up branches. And it was fun in the early 90s, going all over to Port Harcourt, to Abuja, to everywhere to set up branches. And what did I like most about it then? In the morning, the MD or the ED could say, call them from corporate affairs, blah, 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 blah. We need to set up, we need to do something in Abuja or in Port Harcourt. You people need to go now. Without telling them at home, without packing anything. And they will say, when you get there, go to the nearest boutique, buy yourself whatever you wanted. And they were paid. I loved that about it, because all we needed to do was get into the state we were sent to, go into the boutique, buy whatever you wanted to buy, up to your briefs, up to shoes, and then fully paid for. And then after like 3-4 years, I got fed up of the same thing, flying, traveling, and all that. And I said, I wanted to go into core banking. I knew that I needed to have the MBA. And so I went straight for my MBA. And I did the MBA and then went into core banking. And from there, into reconciliation, into being deployed from one branch to another. Really, really interesting. And then came year 2000. Some of my top high net worth customers, one of them particularly came over and said, Busi, that was all they call me. Busi, don't you want to join Lagos State Public Service? I said, God forbid. The way I said it, the man said, what happened? I said, God forbid. Public service? My father wanted me to be in UI. I said, lie, and I ran away to Lagos. I said, no. He now told me, look here, our Governor Tinubu, Ahmed Tinubu, he is headhunting people. He wants change. He wants different things. He wants to automate a lot of things. They wanted young, vibrant people. And then, look here, I've been your customer for so many years. I see the way you do it. You people are so different. You are different. I like everything about you. Then why don't you just give it a trial? And that started my journey in the public sector. My family members could not believe it. Said, Busola, public service, public sector. Because I always saw them as people that wore Iru and Buba. Because each time I came into the public sector then. You know those secretaries then, those big secretaries, you will stand in front of them like this. You want to see the PS, they will finish eating before they will attend to you. I said, no, I won't blend. I can never blend. But here I am, going to 25 years. By March 1st, 2025, I'll be 24 years. I'll be 24 years, and I give God all the glory. It's been one of pleasure, topsy-turvy, because it can never really be very smooth. And even though you have the roses, there are thorns in the beautiful roses. So it's been really, really transformative. It's been very educative. And something about me, what I know I do is that with every step, every ladder I want to climb, I make sure that I get a particular certification about it. The moment I joined the service in 2002, I'll be 23, March. I joined March 1st, 2002. I got my letter 2001, and I kept thinking, do I want to join? Do I want to join? Because they refused to accept my letter of resignation from the bank. But then I give God all the glory today. And so coming into the public sector, I joined as an administrative officer. What we call HR now was called personnel management. And so navigated, kept moving, educating myself. And the moment HR became professionalized in the public sector, I was part of the team. I knew that, look here, Busola, what do I do every time? I go make sure that I get a particular certification theoretically to assist in the practical implementation of what I want to be. And so I did my master's in human resource and industrial relations from the University of Lagos. You remember, I had to do my MBA because I wanted to be a top banker. I did the MBA, and I now did the master's in industrial relations and personnel management. And then in the public sector, you will be deployed in order to make you well-rounded. And so I started off from, it's just providence. I started off from this ministry where I am now. I started off from the Ministry of Establishment and Training as a level 10 officer. And there, my director then of blessed memory, late Mrs. L.F. Ayelokun, I speak fondly about her because she formed us. We were young officers that came in from the bank. We were about 6. And so she groomed us. She started with the fact that we must not eat just anything. We always took Coca-Cola. And each time we had her, you won't even know when she's strolling in, because a tall gazelle of a woman, you will never hear her footsteps. And she would just zoom into us in the office and say, Coke. You people should take groundnut and garden eggs. And we will laugh. Groundnut and garden eggs. Oh, we're not poor. We're not poor. We saw that as, that kind of combo as for poor people. But then over the years, fantastic. Every day I remember and I bless her soul. And so from the Ministry of Establishment and Training, I spent 5 years here. And from there on and on, you get deployed, And while you're being deployed from one ministry to the other, you will gain different scenarios, different knowledge. From the Ministry of Establishment and Training, I was deployed to the Ministry of Home Affairs, Arts and Culture then. And while there, I was the focal officer on HIV. It was my duty to lecture those going on arts and culture, those going to the Holy Lands of Israel or Mecca, on the need to be safe, to keep yourself safe, the HIV focal officer. Now, how did my HR journey start? I started being an admin officer. From administrative officer, then came the implementation, the professionalization of human resource management in Lagos State. And luckily, I was amongst the 54 key strategic officers picked. We were trained, DFID Spark, we were trained, we went through all the HR suites, some dropped. At the end of the day, majority of us are still in this service. And so from there started the change of nomenclature. Remember, I told you how to do my master's in HR and industrial relations. From there, I kept grooming myself. I went on any app, any model, Allison.com, Udemy, Coursera. I went everywhere, educating myself, self-development. Yes, the government will train you, but I believe so much in self-development because whatever you have remains with you and nobody can take it with you. And it's your duty, just like a retort said, you must die empty. Whatever you learn, teach and give and cascade onto others. So from there, I started growing from one ministry to the other in order to be well-rounded. When I was posted to deploy to a particular ministry or agency called Project Implementation and Monitoring Unit, I almost became an engineer because we always visited project sites. In fact, I started my PMP. Only that with time, it was so expensive then. I'm talking about early 2000s. It was pretty expensive, but I did start it. And up till date, when I talk about construction works, people think I'm an engineer. When you talk about why does this have cocoon, what's your ratio of mortar and this, all those things, as HR, you get to groom yourself gradually. And then apart from that, I call myself a generalist because we have 5 divisions. We have 5 divisions of HR in Lagos State. We have the workforce planning and recruitment, we have learning and development, we have employee and industrial relations, we have the general administration, and we have the HR measures and accountability. I made sure that I went through all these divisions. Why? Because I knew where I was going. I knew that, look here, you coming into this public service, I asked them then at the panel that interviewed me, what is the highest level? And they said a permanent secretary. And I told myself that day, I will become a permanent secretary by the grace of God in this Lagos State. I can't be Lagosian for nothing. Thank God. Hard work, resilience, ability to navigate hurdles, ability to be resilient, ability to be adaptable, ability to be agile, ability to listen to people, active listening, ability to be humble, humility. When you are very humble, people will gather and teach you. I had the privilege of being trained by super permanent secretaries. Each time they said, Busola, come here. Remember, I didn't join as a very young girl. I must have been, if you remove 2002, 1967 from 2002, that was my age when I came in. I was a matured woman with 3 children. When I came into the service, I knew what I wanted. Highly respectful. And then they trained me and trained me and trained me. And that is why till date, I believe in nothing short of cascading lessons learned down. I was given level playing ground to excel. And that is why every one of us must give the younger ones, your downlines, level playing grounds to excel, to exude what they have. We must let other people shine. Let's be in the background. A general is no general if you don't develop more generals. If not, you'll be a lone general. And so, what are the values? What are the values? Give it to Lagos State. To God Almighty, I bless the name of Lagos State. Lagos State, unless you don't know how to grab it, everything is at your fingertips. We have the learning management system. All you need to do is click on. Even when there are downtimes, what is Allison doing? What is LinkedIn there for? Groom and groom and groom yourself. Every day I groom myself. I do a lot of reading so that when I go for presentations, which I get called for most of the time, I must be able to speak the latest trending things. And that is what I call adaptability. Be adaptable and be agile. You must have adaptability skills in you to navigate the multi-generational themes that we have now. Because in Lagos State, we have them all, the Gen Zs, all of them. You must be able to navigate and gather them and bring them together. If not, they will keep dropping one after the other from your sides without you knowing. Now, what are the key milestones? Key milestones I can readily remember from the moment I joined the service as HR. I remembered in the wake of COVID-19, it was a big problem. And it was like, are we all going to sit at home? Are we not going to do anything? Then I was at the Teaching Service Commission as the director in the Secretariat Department. You were in charge of all the reports and minutes of meeting and the act of building a Kalamazoo of all the decisions and extracts of the commission. And so there, myself and the permanent secretary then, a team of us, we were about 5 or 6, superb team. We were there and we came up with the ECHO webinar. Remember, I was in Teaching Service Commission. So the ECHO can go like ECHO webinar, but it was actually ECHO webinar. And what was that all about? We started by making presentations. We invited high flyers, top leaders. We invited Mr. Governor, Mr. Deputy Governor, the head of service, the SSG. They all made presentations then in order, on particular subjects that we gave them. They always opened it by advising the teachers, you need to do this. It was a big deal. And up to date, that is why the teachers of Lagos State government are still the best in Nigeria. Back to back for the past 4 years, they've been the best teachers in Nigeria, not only the state, but even in Nigeria. The president several times have given them vehicles back to back. So that is one of the milestones. And then, of course, I remember in the wake of a CIPM optimization awards, back-to-back 2017, 2019, myself and the other team, we won the best award, public sector award. What am I actually saying? There are so many things out there in the world of HR that one must develop oneself in. Do you want to be a subject matter expert in workforce planning and recruitment? Do you want to be a subject matter expert in L&D? Groom yourself and develop yourself. And in the aspect of professional contributions, yes, I was a pioneer, the pioneer treasurer. I was a pioneer treasurer of Alausa chapter. That we have, and that we are the largest in Lagos State branch, highly populous, superb generalist, and then I've held several positions at the branch level and the national level. I'm a member fellow of several bodies. I'm a chartered coach and a chartered mentor, and I know that oftentimes when I write my name and I put the titles there, people will say, waiting. I said, nobody will blow my trumpet unless I blow it. And I worked for all this. I studied for all this, and I earned all this. And I'm a graduate of LASU Cornell University graduate. It's a combo of Lagos State and Cornell University, Utica, USA. Again, what are challenges? I told you something about the rose, beautiful rose. When they say it's not a bed of roses, it's because roses are so beautiful, but in between are sharp thorns. Of course, I've had challenges. And God helped me in navigating some of them, or most of them, and most importantly, the service. The state stood for me. I can never forget that. When I had serious challenges, the state, I'm talking about Lagos State, stood for me. That can never be Abidakun. Even when my name appeared somewhere, by the time I appeared there, the person, the chairman of the panel said, Irene, mo rò bí ìpàwọn Abidakun mi ni, Ire, kò possible. And that is, what does that tell you? That you must be straightforward. You must be known for who you are. You must be known for integrity, openness. You must be known for being outspoken in an intelligent manner. You must be known for your knowledge, your cerebral skills. You must be known for different aspects, and it's an advice to professionals. When you have problems, don't quit, don't buckle. And every time I remember this song, you can make it if you really try. You can make it if you really try, but you must try, try and try, try and try. You succeed at last 5 times. You have to keep trying. Some people, the naysayers, will tell you, oh, leave that place. No, no, no. Why did they do that to you? Why didn't they do? You fall, you stand. You fall, you stand. And there's nothing like a failure. It's just a trial. There's nothing like a failure. And so my philosophy, like you read out, is that I can do it. I can do it. There's nothing like I can't in my dictionary. The moment people come to me, my officers, my directors come to me, madam, there's a problem. I said, what? I will say, what's next? It has happened. It has happened. I don't cry over spilled milk. I don't cry over spilled milk. It has happened. What next are we to do? And so in the world of HR, we must have the thick skin. Some people call us, you don't have to be friends with everybody. People don't like HR, but then gradually I think they're becoming to like us. I call HR human reality. Human reality. We are not dinosaurs. We are not wicked. We're just trying to put you in shape. And if you don't want to be put in shape, you have to shape out. Because if you're not in shape, that means you can't be conducive for what we want you to be. And so, Tope, I will tell you that navigating the HR world hasn't been easy. It hasn't been easy. It's been bumpy, but at the end of it all, with all humility, I give God all the glory. Here I am, permanent secretary of where I started from as a level 10 officer. And that is what I use in mentoring my younger ones, that look, you can do it. We will leave, we will retire very soon, but we want to look back and see that you guys are thriving. And that is why I push the younger ones everywhere. Do this, do that. You're young. You got the blood, you got the energy. Do this and do that. You never say you're tired. Never say you're busy. What have you seen? And of course, people will ask me, how do I balance life? I tell them, forget it. There's nothing like work-life balance. It's only called work-life integration. You must have the skills to integrate it. Your family, your children, your husband, your grandchildren, the work, the church, the place of your faith. You must integrate it without being too skewed to one side. That is when you say you have a well-integrated life. The time for this, the time for that. You wake up in the morning, you quickly say your prayers. Before you sleep, you'd have tidied and prepared everything for your family. You don't say you are so busy and then you leave your husband to go and eat out there, or your wife to just do anything. So in life, I would say that in the world of HR, it's so interesting. It's very interesting. It's very good. You keep learning. You keep meeting people. And at the end of the day, you'll be the champion that you want to be. Now, what do I have to advise aspiring HR managers or senior officers or even leaders or strategists? Number one, embrace lifelong learning. Embrace lifelong learning. You can't afford to just stay. Then you want to become a dinosaur. You want to be a dinosaur and just stay in one place. I want to, right now, in another 1 year and a half, by the grace of God, I would have finished my PhD. I'm doing PhD in HR. because I just want to keep knowing. I want to become a lecturer later on in life when I retire. I don't want to start carrying a portfolio or what is it called? You wear jimba coats and you carry a portfolio. You are going up around looking for what to do. No, when you prepare yourself now, you'll be sought after. You'll be sought after. You must have skills, especially skills that some people don't want to go into, like data analytics, being able to, now that we have LMS, content developer, different things. You must go into skills that a robot can never take. Go into skills where they will always seek for you. They will always seek your knowledge. Go into memo writing, specific designer memo writing that not everybody know about it. Go into things about analyzing nominal, about Excel, lifelong learning. And what is the second one I can say? You must be a people-first leader. That is number 2. Be a people-first leader. I care a lot about people. I am a welfarist, and I love the young ones all around me. At times, people, when I tell people my age, they'll say, mama, it's not possible. I say, yeah, but age is in the mind. I feel like you. I would dance oble, oble, oble with you. We would do everything together. We would dance ojoro together. We would do everything together. It's in the mind. It's in the mind. And when your mind is young, everything about you, your physical outlook will be young. But the moment you carry that toga of, I'm a PS, I am almost 60, they will leave you as grandma, just be there. So be a people-first leader. Advocate, number 3, advocate for innovation. Even this morning, we still discuss that. What's all that thing? You people open your brain, what other innovation can we apply in something that we're working on right now? And they said, okay, we can do this. I said, go and put it down. Process. Be a process person. Be a process person. Don't just assume. Be process-oriented and data-driven. When you have data, you make decisive decisions, not just something from your head. And then number 4, I would say develop resilience. Thick skin. Thick skin. You must be resilient to navigate the times that we're in. If not, by the time you think of how much gas is, you will forget the memo you want to write. You want to think about how much you spend in a week for your car. You will forget what you're about to write. Just be resilient and take life as it comes. God is to ensure that everybody will survive the times right now. And of course, I will say, be passionate and be purpose-driven. What is the purpose? I am a HR generalist, and I love people, and I want people to always be in the limelight. I want them to shine. I want them to write books. I want them to write poetry. I want them to develop songs. I want them to be best dancers. Create. I have a group of young people in TESCOM. They're about 67 now, and they're called TESCOM Youth. Each time there's a walk for fitness, they're there, and you just love them. Each time there's something for dancing, they come first when it comes to eating competition. They come first when it comes to mimicking people. They come first when it comes to dancing. Develop people, care about them. But lifelong learning will keep you young forever. So now I am here, and of course, I'm developing more directors that can become permanent secretaries. I think, let me stop there for now, Tope, unless if it's been beautiful. My 23 years in
Well,
service.
I think you can continue for another 5 minutes, then we take questions. If you still have a few things to add, yes.
Okay, all right. I can, another challenge that I can readily talk about is having to change or help people change their mindset. Is a tough work, but I know that it's a gradual thing. It's a gradual thing, but I'm so passionate about helping people have a mindset shift. There must be a paradigm shift. Never say never. Don't say, after all these years in HR, what has come out of it? I have not become this. Keep trying. That was why I sang that song. Keep trying. You must keep trying, and you must show forth for yourself. You must show that you have the capabilities. Mr. Governor will ask you, what do you have to bring on the table? What do you have on the table? Remember, if you don't have anything on the table, that means you are the meal. You're the meal. And when it's time to disengage people, you haven't brought anything to the table will be the meal to be disengaged. So you must have something that will stand you out. You must. So I will advise that people should just continue in lifelong learning, be passionate about people, care about your downlines, be respectful of your uplines, and give the best. Don't say that you don't want to give them your ideas, that they will take your idea. You must be a problem provider. Each time there's a challenge, it is your duty to take at least two solutions to your upline. That's the way that they will show that you're ready to take that position. Like I said, I've been very lucky with the kinds of uplines I had, permanent secretaries, males and females, superb. We had a bad moments, but each time, oh yeah, Busola, oh yeah, go and do this, go and do this. And today, I really thank God for it. Thank you, Tope.
Interesting. Wow, 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 wow. I want to see like 10 emojis or 20 to 30 emojis in the chat box. If you have gotten something tonight, I really want you to show, and let our guest speakers see. Yes, keep it coming. Fire, love, emoji. Ifeanyi is laughing, smiling. Fayiga, 100%. Tolulope, clapping. Oh, beautiful, 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 beautiful. Well, that is a mind-blowing one. I'm not surprised, honestly. Like, this is a day I've been looking forward to. The program that I quoted earlier when we started was actually guest speaker event where we were speaking to, in commemoration of Nigeria Independence Day in 2022. So when we started my HR journey, I was like, I need a perfect time to bring in Olubusola Abidakun because I know you are going to scatter everywhere. So it's been wonderful having you, learning from you, hearing from you, sharing your story. I want to say a very big thank you for that. Okay, we have a few questions here. Let me go into that before. Okay, I think I saw one question about a finance person transiting into HR. So let me read it out. I'm looking for, please, admin, if you see any question, please, you also can unmute your mic and help us read out this question. So I got a question from someone who sent to me directly. How does one transition from the finance sector to public service? Is there room for civilians with no godfather to thrive in the public service? Can I get an opportunity to be in the public service, being in banking for 15 years? All right, so what do you say to this?
Of course, there's another thing really want people to change their minds on. Fine, the place of politics will always be there anywhere, even abroad, everywhere.
Yeah.
But then what you have in your hands will really sell you. You don't need a godfather. We don't become permanent secretaries by having godfathers. I navigated with the help of God and what I could do. Fine. Even when I said one of my top customers in the bank was the one that told me, but we had exams. I passed through it. It wasn't just take what's it called, appointment letter. Went through interviews, panels. So you can, once you know that you have a particular skill and there is vacancy, in the public sector, there must be vacancy. You can come in. I joined the service after 11 years in the bank. I spent 11 years in the bank. before I came in. Remember, I spent like 2, 3, 4, 5 years out there in advertising and the banking and and manufacturing before, another 11 years in the banking before I came in. So it is easy, but the first thing is passion. Do you have the passion? Do you want to bring yourself down in a way to understand the culture of the public service so that you can blend? I resigned 7 times. Thought I forgot to tell you. I resigned 7 times because I couldn't cope at a time. And what couldn't I cope with? It was the money that lunch allowance, what is this one? Is this salary? This was my lunch allowance, But then, thank God for those directors I worked with. They never processed it. They never that, hey, you will work here. We have seen the talent in you. You must work here. So to that person that asked the question, yes, if you have the passion and you know you have something you want to bring on board the public sector in the area of finances, in the financial sector, please check the website every time and then please apply. And you can meet me. I don't mind. I don't mind. My number can be shared. Okay. Then I can guide. We have level playing grounds. It's wide, but your skill, your competency, unique competency will stand you out.
Interesting.
Thank
beautiful,
you.
Beautiful. Thank you for that answer. So the person in question, please, I know you and you know me, you can reach out to me so that I can further link you with Olubusola Abidakun after this session. Thank you so much, madam, for that. Work-life integration. Okay, who else have any question? Trying to go through the chat box now. This is inspiring. I wish majority of us we first. Okay, how can I navigate administrative? Okay, sorry, let me take this. As a career coach or as a certified fraud examiner and an auditor, you have really shown how I can navigate administratively and be on top of my peers. Oh, God bless you, man. That's a comment. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
For that comment, Shogunle Abidemi. Thank you, Ma. We are glad to have you here as educators tonight. Adebukola Oniyide, thank you for that. Okay, so I have some questions that some people sent. And based on that question, we've curated some questions to further extend this individual's concerns to you and see how you can help us provide clarity to some of them. I know you've spoken extensively about your work in Lagos State. As the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Establishment and Training, what initiative has Lagos State implemented to improve the skill set of employability, the skill set and employability of its workforce, especially in light of evolving workplace demand? I know you talked about a core webinar. That was probably long time. So what are the new...
Long time ago.
You said what?
Oh, I said that was a long time ago at the Teaching Service Commission.
Yes. So as a ministry of establishment and training, what are you currently doing to improve the skill set and employability of your workforce, especially in light of evolving workplace demands?
Oh, beautiful. In this ministry, for last year, we trained over 70,000 officers. And for this year, in training, the first thing is for you to look for the needs analysis, training needs analysis, TNA.
Yeah.
And which usually we issue out Google form or send out memos. That we do have a particular platform called L&D WhatsApp platform. It has all the learning and development directors or officers in this Lagos State. So therein, for ease, we posted there all the training needs of officers across the ministries, departments, and agencies are forwarded to us, and we sift them. Because most likely there'll be so many alikes. Once the TNA has been identified, then we state them out. Proposals are received. We do have in-service trainings and we do have external consultant trainings, locally and internationally. So the moment this is done, we ensure that we train across cadres. And when I say across cadres, not only the admin officers, the accountants, the auditors, the nurses, the educators, the engineers, the GIS officers, all across. And when we want to train some of them, it must be bespoke. It must be based on the need. Now that we have the rails, we have the blue and the red rails, there are specific training courses or trainings that have been designed for them. Some outside Nigeria, some within Nigeria. But the one we call the in-service, we bring on board retired permanent secretaries or directors or commissioners who went through such to train in service. There's something about people that you understand them. It's like bringing some people from the private sector to come and tell you what you do. But when it is someone, when it is people, like a workplace culture, when it is people that transited the public service, teaching you what and what to do, you tend to understand it more because they can give you the trajectory of how it started. I can even give trajectory of how the lanes, the rail lines were developed because I was a staff. I was the secretary of that particular project when I was in the Ministry of Transportation. So, as HR, you get to grow a lot as you navigate different ministries. You get to know different things. So all these things, once you have the needs analysis, then you train. Then after 2 months, you must do the impact analysis. The training impact analysis, you must. Mr. On a scale before pre-training was on a scale of, let's say, scale of 1 to 10, it was on 4. Post-training, it jumped to 6. 3 months after training, it jumped to 8. If you went back to 6, there may be need for a refresher course. And that is why we keep saying that you need to learn, unlearn, and relearn. You have to just keep doing it over and over again. So that is the way right now, we're working on the angle by which we will train for this year. We're still sifting and collating. Thereafter, the training for this year will start effective February for all members of staff.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you for that clarity. And I think Lagos State deserve a round of applause for this great job, that you have just spoken about. Now, addressing youth unemployment issue in Lagos, youth unemployment remains a critical issue in Nigeria generally, not really, peculiar to Lagos State alone. What strategic measures is Lagos State taking to create sustainable employment opportunities and prepare young people for the future of work?
Oh, several.
Okay.
Several. But remember the right skills. I tell people that we don't have problems of employment. We have employability problems. That is why even, we have, let me boast, we have 3 universities in Lagos. Our 3 universities, not University of Lagos. So we have LASU, we have LASUED, and we have LASOSTEC. The 3 universities, we are starting by ensuring that you must churn out graduates with skills needed. Most people have the skills that are not needed right now. That is why we have the problem of employability. We need the right skills. I talked about the train. Let officers or graduates with skills in running the trains, in maintaining train tracks, in servicing trains, in driving. Do you drive trains or what do you do? In operating trains. Let them come forth. People must go and get skills that are needed, the right certification, the right degrees, so that they can be employable. Let me give you an instance. At a particular time when I was permanent secretary, Teaching Service Commission, remember I was the director there, and I went back there again as the permanent secretary. We needed Yoruba teachers, and we needed like 60 Yoruba teachers. We could only get like 16, Tope. Only 16. What did we do? We needed to be creative. And of course, we thought straight away and went to UI because we knew that they churn out a lot of graduates in Yoruba degree. Fine, their first degree was only in Yoruba. So there was a kind of collabo with the Dean of Arts. You have graduates of Yoruba, BA Yoruba, but they're not teachers. We need Yoruba teachers. What is the way forward? They must do PGD. The university encouraged them. I think they paid a particular amount, and they all did PGD at the Department of Education. At the end of the day, by the time they finished, we took them all.
Wow.
We took them all. So it's the right skills. You cannot say you're a graduate of physics and you don't have a job. Why don't you do a PGD so that you can become a physics teacher? And then you ride, you climb. I've told you, all our teachers in Lagos State are top notch. So it is for people to have the right skills. Let them scan the environment. What are the skills? What skills are needed? And go there and study. My first degree was in English. I studied English linguistics. I can't believe that I worked in the bank. I did reconciliation. Where did that thing come from? I did MBA. There is nothing we're not capable of doing. We just have to have that open mindset and the can-do spirit. So that is it for youth in Lagos State. We have the civic engagement. We have wealth creation. And I'm sure you must have heard a lot about it. At LTV Open Roof, most of the time, skill acquisition, barbers, whatever you need. In Lagos State, we even have is it HIPP? I think they're rounding up very soon, a couple of them. Another thing I've realized is that when all these things are posted on the website, some people don't read it. They don't. Those that read it, those that applied are still on internship. HCP, Human Capital Limited, grew in collaboration with Lagos State. They are grooming youths right now. I think it's HRPP, I can't remember, but they're all going right now.
HCP. At the end of I was among the facilitator for that. You know, there was a training before the internship.
Yes, thank you for that. So very few people went into it. Like, what is this about? How much will they give us? People should look at the bigger cathedral and not the bricks. They should look at the cathedral, not the bricks at all. And of course, what are the skills that are needed right now? Data analytics skills, leadership and people management, communication skills, strategic planning, emotional intelligence. Those are they are soft skills, but you can actually develop yourself having your degree and having the soft skills. We are leveraging more on even the soft skills. And even during interviews now, they will say, after you've said all the Turanchi and the English, you will be asked, what is your passion? What do you have zeal for? And we note it down. That is it. We have medical doctors that are key in HR. They love HR. We have accountants that are into HR. At the end of the day, you are able to manage the workforce. So when you have HR skills, you are a super manager in any organization. That's the way I'll put it.
Absolutely, absolutely put together. Thank you so much. Something just hit me is the ability to grow, to build the kind of talents that you want, going all the way to University of Ibadan and in collaboration with the university, encourage their graduates, to take on PGD, and then from there they get into the service. Like, how long do you have to wait for this to happen?
Okay, PGD is just a year.
Yeah.
And while you're doing the PGD, the certification is called TRCN, Teachers Registration Council of Nigeria. You can do, pari passu. You must be able to be versatile and multi-skill.
Okay, so what I wanted to be sure of is, what is the guarantee that those individuals will still get the job? Are you going to, at that point, now that you are rest assured that, okay, in a year's time, maybe about, let's say, I don't know how many of these people you needed at that time and how many people got into the program? What were the assurance? How many of them did you pause recruitment at that time, knowing fully well that you are waiting for some people to graduate? And how did it go? How did it turn out?
Well, in a way, we knew top management level. We knew that we had them in a corner. And we knew that by second or third quarter, we'll be able to bring them on board.
Yeah, to harvest them.
Exactly, to harvest them. Then apart from that, in recruitment, we have particular needs. For the past 5 years in the teaching sector is the STEM that we take: sciences, technology, English, and mathematics. And that is why I tell people, even if you've done social sciences or whatever, don't you have skills to go into anything tech?
STEM.
And then we don't joke with history, music, and Yoruba. So those skills, whoever needs a job in teaching should look at the needs. We don't want social sciences. There's so many. We don't want, social studies. There are too many. We don't want economics. There are too many. But when you have the skills that are needed in Lagos State, other states might need them. Other states might. And of course, we do have certain universities we take graduates from, because you know what you want. This is a mega city, and only versatile, top-notch officers can work in Lagos. You must be resilient. You must be ready to navigate all the hurdles of it. So if whoever is on the call, they're ready to go into teaching space, let them know that Lagos State takes, except when particular ones are needed. E.g., occasionally we just need those in physical health education, kinetics. We could need music, and then it will be, the vacancy position will be advertised. So, but generally, let people have the skills of the times. Let them look at the HR trends. Let them look at the needs of organizations, and let them work towards it. Because the more versatile you are, or the more fluid you are, you'll be able to blend into any need. You'll be able to change your mindset and go into it. All you need to do is just open your mind and you'll go into it.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. I have a question here. Let me quickly read it out. Bolan says, I love your angle of human reality. Why is it that HR personnel garnered more foes than friends?
Well, I think that was in the past. I think that was in the past when personnel, when we started our personnel, each time they said, personnel, go and see them personnel. Hey, I'm in trouble. Maybe it's a query, or you're unable to log into your system in the bank. Omo, you're gonna. That means something has happened. But then, gradually, the way people understand perceive now, the place of emotional intelligence is key. Those in the HR space, you remember I called some dinosaurs. They were scary. They were scary, but the HR we have, look at you, look at people like Kumbia Dioti, look at all the other HRs. These are playmates. Things have changed. But remember, when you talk about foes, you too shapen up. Do what you ought to do. Be punctual at work now. Do what you need to do. You have your KPIs. You have the activities that will lead to your target. Do your work. When you do your work, you'll be the best friend of HR. But a lot of people think HR is bad because HR is always on them because they've not done this. Yes, they've not done this, they've not done that. But those that do what is expected of them, they're best friends with HR. So we're not dinosaurs, we're not wicked. We're just trying to align you so that you can be the best of who you are.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much. Okay, before we continue, I have a few more questions for you, but we would like to actually go for commercial break. Just 1 minute. to hear from our sponsor for this event,
Okay.
a particular company that is sponsoring us. Texi Consulting is going to be speaking to us shortly. Then I'll come back to you, Coach
Okay.
Olubusola Abidakun. Just 1 minute, please.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, let's go.
Hello, everyone. I'm thrilled to introduce to you Texel Consulting. Our mission is to empower businesses to reach their full potential through growth opportunities and process optimization. Whether you're a startup or an established enterprise, Texel Consulting provides the expertise to guide your journey. We prioritize building strong client relationships, gaining deep insights into your challenges and objectives to deliver customized, impactful solutions. Our team stays at the forefront of industry trends, continuously investing in research and development to offer the most effective strategies. Texel Consulting stands out for our excellence and dedication to client success. We measure our success by yours, ensuring every project delivers tangible value and sustainable growth. Choose Texel Consulting as your trusted partner for transformation and success. Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm thrilled to introduce to you Texel Consulting.
All right, thank you, and you are welcome back. Okay, so there is this question here. Sorry, are you there? Coach
Yes, I am.
Abidakun? Okay, all right.
Yes, please.
All right. So there's this question here about learning and development priorities. In your opinion, what are
Okay.
the top 3 areas where HR professionals in Nigeria should focus their learning and development efforts to remain relevant in the face of global HR trends? I can take that again. In your opinion,
Okay.
what are the top 3 areas where HR professionals in Nigeria should focus their learning and development? I think you have answered this in the course of the presentation because we listed a couple of things that people should, and those are fantastic nuggets that you have
Yeah.
just that you have given. But I'll come back to
Okay.
this question. You want to answer
Maybe
that?
maybe the person was not on the call.
Okay. Okay,
Okay,
you can
so
just provide it.
let me, I know I mentioned about 4 things.
Yeah.
I talked about embracing lifelong learning. And amongst the learnings, make sure that you learn a lot about emotional intelligence because that will take you far. You must be empathetic. You must be self-aware. You must have social skills.
Yeah.
You must have relationship with people. Your relationship management. I call that currency a fantastic currency. I don't joke with it. It opens doors and mighty doors for me. I have all numbers of everybody ever since the mobile phone started in 2001. I've never lost a number. All the numbers are still there. Relationship management. And then I talked about be a people-first leader. Don't be that leader that bellows down on people. Listen to them. And to be a people-first leader, remember I talked about emotional intelligence. The moment you're emotionally intelligent, all these things will be very simple. And then advocate for innovation, because that is what will stand you out. Your leaders will say, what do you have on the table? Tell me why I should hire you. Tell me why you should maintain that leadership position. What do you have? So constantly, you must be thinking about different ways of doing different things. Then I said, develop resilience. And that was when I talked about adaptability, being able to adapt to everything, navigating, be tech savvy. Don't write something and say, secretary type. Do everything yourself. I can't remember when last I used a secretary. I've always done my work myself. And that is why leaders can give you confidential documents to handle, because they know that you're going to do it by yourself. You won't give it to anybody to do. And then you must have a lot to do about data privacy. Keep documents. But data privacy, when they tell you as a leader, HR, they tell you something, no second person must hear about it until the thing is implemented. And that's why some people will say, okay, we are fools, because your best friend is going to be disengaged. You cannot tell your best friend. You cannot. You just have to keep a straight face until the letter comes. And when the letter, Busola, you didn't tell me. I mean, you just smile. I can't. You don't expect me to, So that is HR. And then, of course, be passionate and purpose-driven. What do you want to be? Where do you see yourself? What are those things that will take you to that place? Those are the things that you must have. Thank you.
Interesting. Maybe just one more question and we call it a day. Yeah. So what can HR professionals in the private sector learn from the public sector approach to managing people, vice versa, to foster collaboration? This is taking, I'm not going to take that. So let me quickly use the slot for something else. How do you see HR profession in Nigeria evolving over the next decade? And what role can government policies play in driving this transformation? I know you've said a lot of beautiful things, especially in the area of the kind of skills HR people should focus on and the likes. Okay, so how can this particular question or area of concern even help the federal government create jobs? That is, how do you see HR profession in Nigeria evolving over the next decade, and what role can government policies play in driving this transformation?
Well, like you said, I've talked a lot about the skills of the times. You must navigate. You must understand the scenario, understand your environment. Keep upskilling and reskilling yourself. Okay. I remember that of recent, some people said they want to recruit this person. I said, what do you want to use the others for? Why do we have reskilling? Reskill them. Job enrichment. Reskill them. You must be able to go into reskilling. But like I mentioned the other time, you must have all those skills about data analytics. You must know you must be good at Excel, even Corel. You must be able to be good in digital, all those, what are they called? Those flyers, designing flyers, but with this snapping of the finger. Yes. Yeah. And then, the federal government right now, working hand in hand with the state government. We have the public service rules where we're talking a lot about innovations, inventions, rewards, and recognition. We have young officers here that developed apps. And from level 8, Mr. Governor upgraded the officer to level 10, saving almost 6 years. So you must be ready to go above board. You must have skills of the period, read trends, Harvard Business Reviews, read about Deloitte, read Deloitte's review, read EY's reviews. EY, and know what is needed. But basically, HR trends, you must know all those soft skills, negotiation skills. You must be able to persuade people. You must be able to communicate clearly. You must be able to listen actively. You must be able to mentor. You must be able to coach. There are so many things. Be resilient. And remember, coaching is different from mentoring. Yeah. All these are the things that one must have. Beautiful. And all these skills, you even use them at home. Yeah. You use them with your children. You use them with your wives and husbands. So be a well-rounded, holistic person that will be a hot cake.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I have one question for you from the Ministry of Agency. From the Agency for Training. Please, I
Okay.
notice you don't really consider those of us in agencies outside the mainstream for training. Please, ma, consider those of us in agency for training.
We do,
I
we
don't know what I
consider
mean, but
it
I just,
depends
yeah.
on the agency, but then we do consider them. Like I told you, there's a platform to that person that asked the question. Who is your L&D officer?
Okay.
Is your L&D officer doing the needful? Is she submitting what she should submit? Is she coming for all the meetings that we hold? Those are the things. If she meets me later on, she should speak out and let's know. We
Okay.
do send on training, but remember, I keep hammering on the fact of self-development. Develop yourself for yourself. And when you develop yourself for yourself and you exhibit it and implement it in the state, you'll be recognized. You'll be recognized and you'll be proud to say, I did this, I did this. So many. In fact, there's a young girl now that I believe my leader is about to give something to because she paid her way through a particular very heavy, expensive training, young officer level 8. Those are the kind of people we want. We don't want people that will say, state has not trained me. We train, but you need to continue training yourself. Don't stay on level 3. Get to level 10.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, invest on yourself. Don't leave your career
Yes,
development
yes.
to the government or to your organization. I keep telling people, and you see, and this
Yes.
brings me to a part me, this brings us to what we do. And you see, as consulting firm, we are majorly our major focus is actually on outsourcing, recruitment,
Okay.
background checks, and corporate
Mm-hmm.
training. Yeah, and
Yes.
corporate training. But for me, being the kind of person that I am, I see a lot of gaps in HR
Yeah, okay.
space and challenges HR professionals even, they have in getting their employer to pay for their training. And we started subsidizing the training for a lot of people to be able to, afford it. So a training
Okay.
of about 20, 200,000, 150,000 can go for as low as 30, as low as 25, as
Wow.
low as 15. Yeah, just to ensure that we're able to help ourselves while we
Exactly.
wait on our organization to help us. So when
Mm-hmm.
you see master classes like that, please jump at them.
Yeah. Yes, I
Jump
tell
at them.
them.
Recently, we moved that training
Free.
from
So
80,000
many
naira
free
to 15,
courses.
20,
Yes.
and people are still struggling to. It shouldn't
Oh,
be. You can't wait for
yes.
your employer to do everything. And
Ah,
again, another problem is that a lot of HR people are also not bold enough to let their organization know that they need training. Yes, you are HR person, you are professional, you are regarded as as a well intelligent, but you still
yeah.
need training. You need to let
Of
the employer know
course.
there are trends, there are some issues, there are some things that are changing, there are some software you need to know how to use. You need to let them know that you need training. That just brings me to
Okay.
that. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Thank you.
Last question for you. I promise this is the very last. This is the very last. This is just very important, and I think we should just take it and then round up with it. Yeah, so it's about
Okay.
talent retention in a challenging economy. Nigeria's economic challenges, including inflation and brain drain,
Hmm.
have made talent retention difficult in Nigeria. What policies or strategies do you believe can help organizations, both public and private sector, to retain their top talent in this era of
Hmm.
DAPA and the like? So what
Yes.
can you
On
say to
this,
it?
I would say that you cannot retain because no matter what you do, if they want to japa, they will japa. Some japa and japada.
Mm,
We've seen them here in Lagos State. They've gone out there to quickly taste it. They realize that, hey, you don't work, you don't chop. They run back. We take them and they become humble. But then, because apart from why did I say you really can't retain them? It's because of the human factor. No matter, human beings are insatiable. No matter, okay, give them cars. How many people will you give cars to? How much money can you pay a salary to say, please don't
you
go?
want to keep people?
Yes. How many trainings can you give them to say, please don't go? If they
Mm,
want to go,
they will still
go.
go.
Yes, but when
Interesting.
you give them all the basic, the necessary things, because you have to think about sustainability and affordability.
Yeah.
Can the company afford?
Can you sustain it?
Can you sustain? I talk a lot about that principle, those two principles.
Yeah.
If not, you'll be fooling yourself. You pay them everything, and one day
the
you
business you shut down.
They're gone.
It's true. Okay, so quick one, please. Apologies. What is the maximum age of employment after which you cannot employ? That's in the the public service now. Maximum age of employment.
For the public sector,
Yeah.
it's 55. It's 50, which is contract. 50 is the maximum. That is on contract, except where we specifically request for rare skills. When you're talking about neonatal surgeons, you're talking about lipo something surgeons, rare skills. You can take any age because you're going to tap the talent and then it will be training people. But basically 50 existing areas of rare.
Okay. So quick one for the contract. How does it work? Are they also entitled to pension? Are they also entitled to, pension? Are they going to retire? At what age are they supposed to retire? What's the difference between contract and full-time employment in the public sector?
For contracts, as the name implies, contract, and it's for a particular period that can be renewable only once. They're not entitled to pension. But when people of rare skills are employed at age 50, the retirement age is 60, so they will get the pension for just the 10 years.
Okay, so for the non-rare skills, what age? What is the maximum age for employment?
For employment?
Yeah, for the non-rare.
I said 50. I said 50.
Okay, you said 50. You said 50 is contract.
Yes.
Okay, 50. So for those ones that are non-contract, what year?
Okay.
How many? What's the age?
35.
Okay, 35.
Yes.
And they are meant to work for how long before retirement?
Till age 60 or 35 years in service.
Okay. Oh wow, beautiful. Okay, so if you are 35,
you can only work
by age limit, or
25, exactly.
you'll be working for 25 years, and that's a lot.
Myself, by the time I'm retiring, I would have worked only 27 years.
Oh wow.
Because I'll be 60.
Wow, very soon. We are waiting. I'm waiting to wear agbada to that 60th.
And you spend 35 years, you need to leave. Or when you are 60, you leave.
Yeah. I said I'm waiting for that 60th birthday, and I'll start sewing my agbada now.
By the grace of God. Yes, so by God's grace.
Okay, so thank you so much, Olubusola Abidakun. It's been very nice. It's been a pleasure having you on the call this night. And no more questions. For all the other questions, we're going to compile it and send to you. If you are not on the platform, I'm inviting you, myself, and all the admin of the group of this HRPN are inviting you to join us on the platform, HRPN WhatsApp platform, and you will have access to everything that you want in this regard and from every other programs that we'll be having. So thank you so much once again. Like I said, on behalf of HR with a Professional Network, I present to you this certificate of appreciation in recognition for your contribution to the HR body of learning, especially on HR with a platform. Today, 20th January 2025. We truly appreciate you. God bless you.
Thank you so much. I applaud you, all members of HR with TA platform. I say thank you for having me, and I wish you the very best. Let's continue to be HR that is loved. Thank you so much.
Interesting. Thank you so much for that.
Do have a good evening.
All right. Now I present to you the HRPN Volunteer of the Week. Can you still hear me? I want to make sure. Okay, yes. HRPN Volunteer of the Week is Ikena Okafo, who is in Speakers/Guest Relations Unit. And again, I want
Wow.
to say a very big happy birthday to Dr. Richard Eddy, who is also celebrating his birthday today. Okay, so this is how far we will see it today. We're supposed to actually end this, what we have ended the session at 8 p.m., our maximum 8:30 p.m. So we're still not doing bad in terms of time management. I want to say a very big thank you to everyone that have joined the session today. Thank you for coming. Continue to, stay connected, to HR with TA Professional Network. Connect with us on LinkedIn. Connect with us on Instagram, connect with us on YouTube, most especially, so that you can have access to all our past trainings. And we actually do this twice in a week. That's particular my HR journey twice in a month, twice in a month. And then HR symposium also twice in a month. And every second, is it second Friday now? Every second Friday we have, yes, every second Friday of the month, we also have HR professional spotlight, where we bring in HR professionals to also share their stories, share their learning, share their knowledge, but on WhatsApp platform. That is not on Zoom, it's on WhatsApp platform. Okay, so connect with us on all our channels and you get to know more about what we do and how you can benefit from all the programs and the benefits of you belonging to HR Professional Network. It's a global mindset. Like you've had Olubusola Abidakun say today. She is so passionate about mind shift. I'm not surprised because I see a level of support and cooperation even with us at HR with TA Professional Network. We're quite humble, quite receptive, and that is the spirit of HR. Yeah, so the HR that don't get liked or that garner foes than friends are HR that are not, diplomatic, HR that are not friendly, HR that are not firm, HR that are not strategic. Yeah. So because as HR, we are not supposed to actually be people's friend at the expense of the work that we have been hired to do, which is to stabilize, coordinate the day-to-day activity of the organization, which is to see to the sustainability and the growth of the organization. So it's not just about, doing friendship. If you have, I used to tell my students, if you have a HR person that is over friendly while he's not doing his or her job, that person is just using the friendship to cover up for their, their lapses and their lack of, competence. But for a competent person, it's also possible that you are competent and you are also at the same time, friendly. Yeah. So I'll bring to you the last advert for the day, and then we close with that. Please stay tuned. All right. So thank you so much, everyone. We are going to be closing the session now. It's 8:42, and at the count of 5, we shut down the platform. But before I do that, I want to quickly recognize the presence of my guest speaker once again, Coach Olubusola Abidakun, Adebukola Oniyide, my co-host, Awolesi Folashade, my co-host, and Olaiton Oladimeji, my co-host and
Okay,
personal
now.
assistant to our guest speaker today, Temitope Aloba, myself, Adebayo Olapeju Olushubosede, Adebola Akinleye, Adebola Adefunke, Amusat Abdullahi Abiodun, Ashimi Adefunke, Awe Jamiu, Awosanya Olubumi, Bolanle Sebanjo, Shibuzo Emmanuel Duru, Chinyere Ebonine, Funke Sadiq Oyero, Jamiu Onosanya, Juliet Joshua, Kesintin Fatai, Lawas Saidat Motunrayo, Maria Aragbada Olatunji, pardon me if I didn't get that, right. Mubolaji Ogunaike, Modupe Elizabeth Ajele, Olufemi Caroline, Olubusola Tolani Kanimodo, Olubusola Ino, Olaleya Adebimpe Abiodun, Olufemi Caroline, Oluwole Odetunde, Omoruyi Isibo, Onanuga Adetayo, Rose Blossom. Oh, Rose Blossom. I want to believe that's Blossom. One of the presenter at Galaxy TV. Good to have you. Soyemi Ini Abasi, Sumola Kadijat Abiodun, Soyemi Ini Abasi, Sumola Kanibat. Okay, so that's it. If I didn't mention your name, apologies. And we have over 95 persons on the call, and a lot of them have gone probably due to another engagement somewhere. So onto this point, I will say bye-bye, good night. 5.
Thank you very much.
Thank
you
you.
very much. Have a good
you.
evening.
And you too.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
4, 3, 2, and 1. Again, if you have to connect with us, I don't know if anybody have shared with you in the chat box before our link. I don't know if I can quickly look for that and share with any one of us who might want to get into the platform but doesn't have the link yet. Yeah, feel free to join us and we will onboard you and add you to appropriate platform that we feel you need to be. Okay, so where's that link? Can somebody please help us with the registration link into HRPN? Yeah. Registration link into HRPN. Can anybody assist us with that? Okay, thank you. Yes. Okay. Follow me on LinkedIn, HR with Temitope Aloba on LinkedIn rather, and also follow the network at HR with TA Professional Network on LinkedIn. HR with TA Community on Instagram. HR with TA Community on YouTube as well. Bye for now. Adenike Afolayan, I'm not sure I've mentioned your name. And a lot of you that joined from the Ministry of Education and Ministry of Establishment and Training, everyone that joined from Lagos State, everyone that joined from HRPN, HR with TA, everyone that joined from Intro to Compensation and Benefit, I recognize your presence and I want to say a big thank you for being part of the show tonight and stay true till this time. It shows your commitment to learning and I want to encourage you to just keep it up. But you know what? Don't keep it to yourself. We can change the world together. We can make a noticeable and significant impact in Nigeria together. So let's stay connected. Stay with me. Also connect with me on my WhatsApp channel. I get to share some daily, motivations just to keep us going. And I want to appeal to you when you see any of those motivations, please send it to your downline, send it to any groups you belong. Let us, raise men together. The word is powerful. And even the Bible says with the word, God created heaven and earth. He didn't create it with one superpower that you and I does not have. He spoke to the world. And there is this saying that says, speak to a man about himself and he will listen for hours. Yeah. So if what we are doing does not make sense to you, there's no how we have 5 seconds of your time. It's too precious for you to waste. So please, for every motivations or any of this program you see, even if you are not going to be able to, make it, send someone, let someone benefit from this. And it doesn't have to be on our platform alone. Whatever you see that value is being dished and being dispensed, please be a part of that movement and amplify that movement. It is like that we can have a better country. No government is going to, yes, governments are doing their own, but it is not um, um, without our contribution. So it is a collective effort that will get this nation to where it truly belongs. For me, I have passion for nation building. I have passion for people development. I have passion for growth. I have passion for continuity and sustainability of organizations where we are privileged to work, and we are inviting you. Please join us and give us opportunity to serve you and serve your organization, and let's make Nigeria great together. Okay, so thank you so much once again. Bye. Good night. For those that want to leave, if anybody wants to say a word to me, maybe you want to say hello, TA, you have any personal question you want me to answer, I will leave this for another 2 minutes and be waiting for you. For those of us who want to leave, please, the show has ended and you can take your leave. If you have any question or anything at all you want me to address, I am here. I will quickly, I don't know why I'm doing that, but I just feel maybe there may be 1 or 2 persons. Ordinarily, we should have that session where we can, talk and network for a few minutes. But you see, like I said, be a part of the house. We're going to be having meet and greet, another meet and greet session soon, and where we will have enough time to collaborate and collaborate and network together. I want to give you one song. Okay. So maybe we should use the one we started with then. Oh, okay. It's not gonna work. Okay. So please, I wanted to give us a song, but it's not coming up. While I'm waiting for your chat, let's take a look.
Hello, everyone. I'm thrilled to introduce to you Texel Consulting. Our mission is to empower businesses to reach their full potential through growth opportunities and process optimization. Whether you're a startup or an established enterprise, Texel Consulting provides the expertise to guide your journey. We prioritize building strong client relationships, gaining deep insights into your challenges and objectives to deliver customized, impactful solutions. Our team stays at the forefront of industry trends, continuously investing in research and development to offer the most effective strategies. Texel Consulting stands out for our excellence and dedication to client success. We measure our success by yours, ensuring every project delivers tangible value and sustainable growth. Choose Texel Consulting as your trusted partner for transformation and success. Thank you. Hello, everyone.
Good night, everyone. Good night. Have a lovely night. See you on Wednesday for another episode of HR Symposium. We promise to be great and interesting. Until then, I will say good night. Thank you once again.